Hey everyone, good to see you again. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments as well. Helps with the algorithm. So what we have here in Cobb County, Georgia is something dirty. These Cobb County sheriffs and police, they don't follow the law. They don't respect the Constitution. Hardly any of them know the Constitution. They enforce the will of their friends. They enforce the feelings of their friends. And they do that by using the law erroneously, by spitting on the U.S. Constitution. Something's got to change. Just a couple of months ago here in Cobb County, a deputy sheriff was arrested for assaulting an inmate far less aggressively than what Brandon did. Brandon struck this man with a closed fist multiple times, fractured his skull, and he is still carrying a badge and a gun for the county. The Cobb County Sheriff's Office. It's sad, it's scary because he's a danger to the public. He's a danger to the community. He's a danger to all the families he comes into contact with because he's a hothead, and that comes out in all of these videos. That Brandon has a temper that he cannot control. And even in my recent videos that I have of him in the HR office here in Cobb County, you see him acting outrageously, violently, aggressively. So this little problem, this mental health problem that he hasn't left him. It's still with him and it's close to his heart. And it will not prevent him from doing his job. So he tells everyone. So he'll beat a guy's head and fracture his skull, and it won't interfere with his job at all. Well, didn't violating the law and the Constitution just interfere? I don't know, guys. This is the second clip of the internal affair interview here in Cobb County regarding Brandon's unlawful acts and how the Internal Affairs Department covered up for him. Like, subscribe, leave comments, please. Thank you.
Do you say that's why he struck him, or because it's still sore, reactionary?
I could have been reactionary. I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, it was 3 to 4 strikes. It was a few.
Okay. That's it?
Yes.
Interview concluded at 14:55 hours. Today is Tuesday, March 27th, 2018 at 15:22 hours. Investigator Pruitt, Lieutenant Huval in the Internal Affairs interview room with Deputy Donald Gibney in reference to Internal Affairs case 18-25480. Deputy Gibney, those are your initials and signature on your administrative inquiry form?
Yes, sir, they are.
Have you read and understood the form?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about the form?
No, sir.
Okay. I will advise you from this point forward, don't discuss this interview or investigation with anyone outside of internal affairs, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we went on tape, you were given the subject matter of the investigation. Just tell us your involvement with the use of force incident on March 22nd with Sergeant Brandon, Deputy Chadwick, and I think it involved an inmate Philip Ellis in
Yes.
R5.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just start from where you...
I was coming back from lunch. Sergeant Brandon was doing 5M relief for me. Coming through the sliders, one of the mental health professionals, Miss Tony, said the sergeant needs help, so I put down my stuff. Went over there. Mr. Ellis was already on the ground. It looked like I already had things under control, so I just went up there, got handcuffs, cuffed him up. Hands were already behind the back, so it's too easy. And then from there, just started assisting Sergeant Brandon as he dictated.
Okay. So you were assigned to RPOD?
Yes, sir.
Do you know inmate Ellis?
Yes, sir.
What type of inmate is he?
I just know him from that particular day.
Mm-hmm.
The night shift that warned me, he got into it with a inmate, and one had to move him over to 2. From the dealings with that said inmate, he's a pretty level-headed fella, at least as it goes for RPOD. And when I came in there, he was talking about, hey, you're gonna have to let me go. I need to get out of here. just carrying on. I was like, okay, we'll just calm down, we'll sort it out later. And every time I tried to exit the dorm, he would try to follow me, and I'd generally push him back, say, you're not going to exit the dorm this time. And I talked, he was doing the same stuff at pill call, and one of the pill nurses, I think Shonda is her name, who was doing pills that day, she said he was detoxing off alcohol on it. That's just about what she said, as far as I can remember. Because he tried to come out a little bit more forcefully that time, so I was pushed him back again, said, it's not the way you want to do things. And that's about it. For about 2 hours after pill call, I think he was mostly okay. He's either laying in his bed or just sitting at the table, not really conversing with me, just 2 separate incidents of him trying to come out the door.
Okay, did he seem to be, I guess, mental health wise, did he fully understand, recognize you, that you were a deputy? And
I don't think so, because he was asking me, out of the 2 times I did deal with him, he's asking me who I am and what authority I have to hold him and all that. I just didn't really seem to comprehend that where he was.
Okay. Do you know if mental health had spoken to him, or were they made aware anything was getting passed on to you about his issues?
No, sir. They hadn't mentioned anything specific about him. He's down in our pod. That's a temporary extension, basically. So I knew he had to be mental health, or at least known to them. But the way Shonda was talking, it was just still not right from detoxing or something, because I've seen fellas kind of act the same when they're coming off alcohol.
Okay. So when you got on the scene at the use of force, you said you just assisted with cuffing him up, or was he already cuffed?
He was not cuffed. It was my cuffs that went on.
Okay. So you handcuffed him?
Yes, sir.
What was he saying?
He wouldn't really say much, just mumbling a little bit. I couldn't make it out.
Okay. What was anything being said to him? Sergeant Brandon say anything to him, or Deputy Chadwick, or you any direction, or?
Just remain on the ground, because like I said, he wasn't cuffed quite yet. Remain on the ground.
What I wanted to point out real quick in all of this, what this guy is talking about, the internal affairs investigator said, you know what happened? And this deputy sheriff comes back with whatever's in the report. And then they continue on. Who in the hell allows that? People, that's a frickin' eye-opener in itself. He is supposed to give witness to this. And he says, oh, whatever's in the report. And the internal affairs guy accepts it as an answer. You didn't want Brian's opinion come out of his mouth. You wanted to know what he knew, not Brian's opinion. That should make us all sick as hell. Keep on watching.